I know that we have all met in this last year or two, for some of you, amazing families, supportive, loving, absolutely fantastic. As our principal illustrated, though, there are kids that are born into really unfair situations, and this poem is for them. I have never, in the 6 years I've slammed, I've never actually held a mic, so we're just going to see how this goes. Thank you. My students. They use colored chalk to cover the concrete sidewalk outside the door of my classroom. And despite those cloudy skies, they continue to sketch, to try to disguise those black cracks creeping through their canvas. But nighttime raindrops, they never fail to melt those murals into Monet masterpieces. And every morning, my students, they relearn how truly difficult it is to rise beauty from a foundation so damaged. But my 6-year-olds, well, they have yet to understand the definition of discouragement. They merely read that it is their responsibility to rewrite the reality on which they walk, so I watch as each recess they continue to sketch. Unknowing of their own strength, they create tornadoes of rainbows that blow little hairs from little faces, revealing those scars that trace patterns that could pass for Pollock paintings, Sammy and his sister. Well, they tell me stories about how they ate breakfast from bushes on their way to school that morning and let the berry blood drip from their lips like battle wounds, because they are battlers, they are 6-year-old soldiers, they are seeds who I have heard all my life would grow to be nothing but weeds, and that the closest that they would ever be to their dreams when they were on their hands and knees outside the door of my first grade classroom, scribbling their possibilities. My students, they belong to a generation fallen through cracks of a groundwork they had no hand in weaving, and they are too young yet to understand how hard it will be to root themselves in such a seedless soil as concrete and stretch their stems to stars. Their greatest enemy is gravity, because it is gravity that pulls tears from eyes and makes an empty stomach feel 10 pounds heavy. Michaela, you have craters in your cheeks so huge it looks as if you have swallowed the moon. Thorns down spinal cords, they have grown as Rose Garden's first grade, and already she refuses to surround herself in anything but hues of ocean blues while he inscribes red war paint on his Superman self-portrait. They are being pruned already, and I am sorry. I am sorry that my priority is supposed to be your homework when I know that you do not have a bed at night. I am sorry that your government has forgotten the faces of whom they govern, but thank God that you are the definition of resiliency, and that even Mother Nature is not capable of washing away your dreams. Thank you for teaching me more than I will ever teach you in return, my students. They are 6-year-old caretakers, first grade translators, they are bilingual blossoms, my students, they are seeds. Rising as beauty out of poverty, and despite everything, my students, you will bloom beautifully.